Who could have imagined that a seemingly minor character from the Batman would take the spotlight in his own show? Yet, here we are, captivated by the Penguin.
Straight shot to Robbinsville. No highways, all neighborhoods.
In just a few episodes, this HBO Max series has already left a massive impression, pulling us into Gotham's dark, gritty, and dangerous criminal underworld. Get ready to witness the rise of Oswald Cobblepot, or as you know him, the Penguin. This new series is the place to be with intense drama, gripping violence, and standout performances. The Penguin is setting a new standard for crime thrillers that you just can't miss. In this video, I will tell you everything about the show and why you should watch it, so stay tuned. The story continues from the 2022 The Batman movie. If you saw The Batman, you probably remember Colin Farrell's unforgettable performance as Oswald Cobblepot, the man who would eventually become the Penguin. In that film, he was a secondary character playing the role of a mid-level criminal working under the infamous mob boss Carmine Falcone. He wasn't quite the Penguin we all know yet, rather, he was just starting to gain influence in Gotham's dangerous criminal underworld. Now, Gotham City is in utter chaos after the Riddler's attack on the city's infrastructure, causing the seawall to collapse and flood large parts of the city. In this aftermath, there's a massive power vacuum following the death of Carmine Falcone, who was Gotham's most influential crime lord. His death creates a scramble among Gotham's remaining criminals to claim control of the city's criminal empire. With Falcone gone, the Falcones, Maronis, and other key crime families are in disarray.
Precede me? You are so good at talking your way out of things, even at the cost of someone else's life.
This leaves Oswald, aka Oz, with a golden opportunity. He sees the chaos as the perfect moment to rise from being just another underling in Gotham's crime scene to becoming a feared and powerful figure in his own right. He's no longer just Falcone's lieutenant, he's a man ready to stake his claim as the kingpin of Gotham's underworld. The series masterfully sets the stage for Oswald's journey as he navigates the treacherous waters of Gotham's criminal network. He's not only contending with the fallout of Gotham's destruction, but also dealing with other power-hungry figures like Carmine's daughter, Sophia Falcone, who is equally determined to take over her father's empire. Sophia's return to Gotham brings a whole new level of danger and rivalry to Oswald's path as they clash over control of the city. What's brilliant about the Penguin is that it connects seamlessly to the larger DC universe while keeping its focus small and personal. It's a character study of Oswald as he claws his way up the criminal ladder, but it doesn't stray into the superhero realm. There's no Batman flying around, no flashy supervillains. This is a grounded, gritty story about survival and ambition in the corrupt city of Gotham. This show feels very much like the continuation of Gotham that Matt Reeves built in The Batman. It's dark, moody, and full of tension. Think of it as Gotham's version of Breaking Bad, except instead of meth, it's crime and power that everyone's fighting for. It's all about who will control the city's underground, and Oswald is right in the middle of it. From the very first episode, you can feel the tension. One of the standout scenes comes early in the series when Oswald confronts Alberto Falcone. It's a tense, nerve-wracking moment where you can feel the power dynamics shifting. Oswald is trying to establish himself as a force to be reckoned with, but Alberto doesn't take him seriously. It's a pivotal moment for Oswald's character, and it sets the tone for the rest of the show. Also, when Sophia Falcone returns to Gotham, the way she immediately challenges Oswald's authority creates a lot of tension, and their interactions are some of the most intense scenes in the show. You can tell that neither one of them is willing to back down, and it's exciting to see how their power struggle plays out. Where will the show go from here? Well, that's the exciting part. As for now, the Penguin is still in its early stages, but there are a lot of directions it could take. One possibility is seeing Oswald fully transform into the Penguin, the cold-blooded, umbrella-wielding villain we know from the comics. The show could explore his growing influence in Gotham and the challenges he faces from both the law and rival crime bosses. There's also the question of whether other iconic Gotham villains will show up. We've already seen references to Maroni and the Falcone family, but could we see characters like Two-Face or even Joker down the line? That's something fans are definitely speculating about. What makes the future of the Penguin so exciting is that it's unpredictable. Gotham is a dangerous place and anything can happen. Will Oswald succeed in his quest for power, or will he be brought down by his enemies? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, it's going to be a thrilling ride. Let's talk about some really great aspects of the show. While talking about the positive aspects, we can't overlook the efforts of actors. Let's talk about the obvious. Colin Farrell is absolutely phenomenal as Oswald Cobblepot.
Hey! Hey! Oh, you sons of bitches!
If you thought he was good in The Batman, wait until you see him here. In The Penguin, Farrell gets to really dig into the character, showing us all the layers of Oswald's personality. One moment, he's menacing and violent, the next, he's vulnerable and unsure of himself. It's a performance that feels raw and real, and you can't help but be drawn in. What's impressive about Farrell's performance is how he manages to make Oswald both terrifying and sympathetic. You know he's a villain, but there are moments when you actually feel sorry for him. He's not just a one-note bad guy, he's a complex character with deep insecurities and ambitions. Kristen Milotti as Sophia Falcone is another standout. She's fierce, intelligent, and every bit as dangerous as Oswald. Their power struggle is one of the highlights of the show, and Milotti brings a real intensity to every scene she's in. You can tell Sophia isn't someone to be messed with, and her presence adds a lot of tension to the show. The supporting cast is equally strong. Clancy Brown as Salvatore Moroni brings a sense of gravitas to the show, and Michael Zagan as Alberto Falcone adds an interesting dynamic to the Falcone family's internal struggle. Another strong aspect of The Penguin is its writing. The show doesn't rely on flashy action or over-the-top drama. Instead, it takes its time to build tension and develop its characters. The pacing is slow but deliberate, allowing you to really get to know Oswald and the world he's navigating. The dialogue is sharp and authentic. You believe every word these characters say, whether it's a threat, a deal being made, or a moment of vulnerability. The writers have done a fantastic job of balancing the darker, more violent aspects of the show with moments of introspection and character development. What's also impressive is how the show manages to keep you hooked without relying on big, flashy moments. There are no huge explosions or grand battles, yet the stakes always feel high. Every conversation, every decision feels like it could have massive consequences for Oswald and the people around him. Also, The Penguin show is stunning visually. Gotham feels alive in this show with its dark alleyways, rain-soaked streets, and shadowy corners. The cinematography is top-notch, capturing the gritty, dangerous atmosphere of the city. Every shot feels intentional, and the overall aesthetic of the show matches the tone perfectly. The production design is also fantastic.
Your call.
You're handing the Maronis or someone fucking worse the keys to fucking kingdom.
The
Don't
last
you
thing
get that,
we need is a
Johnny?
goddamn gang war.
From the rundown Iceberg Lounge to the various crime-ridden locations in Gotham, everything feels real and lived in. The costumes are another highlight, especially Oswald's signature look, which further helps to establish his character. No show is perfect, so there are some minor flaws that I've noticed in the first few episodes. One of the biggest criticisms so far is the pacing. While the slow burn approach works well for building tension, there are moments when the show feels like it's dragging a bit. Some episodes focus heavily on side characters or subplots that don't always feel necessary, which can make the story feel a little disjointed at times. Another potential issue is that the show's dark, gritty tone might not appeal to everyone. If you're expecting a fast-paced superhero story with lots of action, you might be disappointed. This is more of a character-driven crime drama, and it requires patience. Compared to other DC shows like The Peacemaker, The Penguin is much darker and more serious. It's not trying to be funny or lighthearted, it's all about the tension and the psychological drama. If you're a fan of crime dramas like The Sopranos or Breaking Bad, you'll probably love The Penguin. It's all about the character development, power struggles, and the darker side of human nature. One of the best lines in the show comes from Oswald. In Gotham, power isn't given, it's taken. This line perfectly sums up his character's philosophy and his approach to rising in the criminal underworld. It's a line that sticks with you and encapsulates the central theme of the show. Another impactful line comes from Sophia Falcone. You think you've won, Oswald? You haven't even begun to lose. This quote perfectly captures the rivalry between Oswald and Sophia. Their power struggle is central to the show, and moments like this keep you hooked, wondering who will come out on top. So, here's my final verdict. The Penguin show is a thrilling and gritty crime drama that expands on the world of the Batman in a way that feels fresh and exciting. Colin Farrell's portrayal of Oswald Cobblepot is captivating, and the show's strong writing, tense pacing, and stellar production values make it a must-watch for fans of crime dramas and DC alike. While it may not be for everyone, especially those looking for fast-paced action, The Penguin excels at character-driven storytelling and deep psychological tension. If you're a fan of crime dramas like The Sopranos, or you loved the darker, grittier tone of The Batman, The Penguin is definitely worth watching. It's a slow-burn character study that rewards patience with plenty of twists and turns along the way. Farrell's performance alone makes it worth your time, but the show as a whole offers a lot more than just a great lead actor. So, the big question is, can Oswald Cobblepot rise to become Gotham's kingpin, or will the city's dark forces pull him down before he even gets there? Whatever happens, you won't want to miss this brutal journey into the heart of Gotham's criminal underworld. If you're enjoying this breakdown and want to stay updated on all things The Penguin and beyond, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That way you won't miss out on any future reviews, insights, or deep dives into your favorite shows. Plus, it really helps the channel grow and brings more content like this straight to your feed.